Now, the sweet and not candy-coated Avenue Montaigne by director Daniel Thompson has an intellectual zest that's missing from Amélie. However, it's a similar story to the wandering girl angel blessing Paris. Jessica, played by Cécile de France, talks her way into a waitress job at the cafe that's the nexus of two theaters and an auction hall. There, she meets a renowned pianist, a high-strung actress, and an aging art connoisseur who is liquidating his collection. This is a Valentine to a city that sells what it used to give away, and Avenue Montaigne still discerns the possibility there for love without responsibility and shelter without too much work.
Je sortais du métro, j'arrivais à mon travail. Des fleurs partout. Ça sentait bon dans mes chambres. Il y avait des roses sur les plateaux, des diamants sur les tables de nuit. Moi, j'ai toujours aimé le luxe. Mais comme je n'avais pas les moyens d'y vivre, moi, j'y suis allée au culot.
Oui, beaucoup d'expérience. J'ai toujours été vendeuse. Vestiaire? Ah oui, oui, j'ai toujours été vestiaire.
C'est qu'on prend pas de femmes ici. Regardez, pas de femmes. C'est très spécial ici. Vous avez de l'expérience?
Ah, j'ai toujours été serveuse. J'ai travaillé dans des brasseries à Mâcon. Pourquoi spécial?
Ah ben parce que justement, c'est pas une brasserie ici, et puis c'est pas Mâcon. C'est un microcosme ici. Vous savez ce que c'est, un microcosme?
Ouais.
On a les balayeurs de la ville de Paris, les nounous du quartier, les mannequins, Alain Delon.
Alain Delon?
Pas tous les jours, hein, mais... Tiens.
Mort, this is a very mainstream French movie, you know, and it's in some respects, I guess it could be accused of being made for export. It tries to celebrate the tradition of quality that Truffaut himself denounced. At the same time, it was hard not to be partial to this because it did show the other side of life, what Paris has become under the deluge of money. I mean, we do get that shot of this pair of gloves that cost 500 euros, you know. I found this a really fun film in a lot of ways, very sweet and at the same time very tart and sad. And one couldn't help but sympathize with the pianist in it, who's suffocating under the layers of pomp and ceremony that surround a job where, you know, his desire to really just go out and make music. What did you think?
Well, to me, this was a real tourist board film. Mm-hmm. I mean, this is what everyone wants to think Paris is like as they go over there as tourists.
Yes.
It's in a very ritzy neighborhood. There are no non-whites in the entire film.
Well, yeah, I mean, but it is named after the ritzy neighborhood. I think it is very clear. This is, you know, we're focusing on this one little intersection, essentially. It doesn't say that all of Paris is like this.
But to me, it was enormous nostalgia. Not that I am a Parisian traveler or anything, but it's enormous nostalgia for popular French culture. The names of filmmakers are all over the place. Mm-hmm. They're like in-jokes. The theater manager, who is listening to music all the time.
The Thelma Ritter character,
Yes. She is listening to the great singers of the last 30 years, Juliette Gréco, Charles Aznavour, and especially Gilbert Bécaud. Mm-hmm. And the play is Jacques Fredière, one of the great late 19th century French
very untranslatable farcier.
Yeah. And so there was all of this, and the grandmother's memories and the theater manager's memories. But then for me, there was the man who was playing the art collector, and that was Claude Brasseur.
No, I didn't recognize him.
Okay. He has been in more than 100 French films, but the big thing as a character part, and he did his part beautifully. He's that older French, wise, experienced man.
I was writing that I think he was like the first French millionaire I'd ever seen in a movie that hadn't got his money through unsavory means.
Right. In fact, he was a taxi driver who had saved up and all this, and then
exactly.
a guard in an art gallery. But the thing about him is that really got me. This is Claude Brasseur.
Yeah, he was
excellent.
The
son of Pierre Brasseur, the great French actor of L'Enfant de Paradis.
Oh my God!
The big burly one who was in competition with the little mime.
The one that Arletty tells you have to leave something for the poor. Yeah. Well, I didn't recognize it.
And the other films was Le Plaisir. All of these great films of the 40s and 50s. And this is his son now, who is 70 years old and acting not as big or as brawny as his father, but acting these later Jean Gabin parts.
Yeah.
You know, it was so much nostalgia for all of this wonderful old art and culture scene.
But it wasn't brain dead nostalgia, and I guess that's what I want to stress. And people are a little harsh on this film because it does have that aspect to it, but I think it really does. It does talk about what Paris is becoming and how it's losing its soul to this just the influx of money.
Wonderful, wise dialogue. Really some wonderful, and a lot of fun there also.